Hi, my furry friends! Happy Asynchronous Day and Fun Friday! Woo! So, our little class pet, Smokey, has another read aloud that he chose for you. This book is actually from one of our first graders last year, Robert Purcell. Maybe you've heard of him, maybe you're friends with him, maybe you're neighbors. Well, Robert is a really sweet boy and he loves this book. And when he knew that it had a dragon in it, he had to give it to Smokey. So Smokey and I thought we would read the storybook night to you. Now, it is a good book to read at nighttime, like a bedtime story, but we just love it so much because it has knights and dragons. So we thought we would read it to you to finish out our week. So I hope you enjoyed the book. Okay, first graders, this is called the Storybook Night. Look how pretty that is. I love fairy tales and fantasy. That's the word for fairy tales. Leo was a gentle knight, in thought and word and deed. While other knights liked fighting, Leo liked to sit and read. He was kind to every creature, he wouldn't hurt a fly. When Mom and Dad said, "Knights must fight," he couldn't quite see why. So here's all the other little knights fighting each other, and here he is just reading a bunch of books. I'm more like him. One morning, Leo's parents said they'd like to have a chat. There was nothing wrong with reading, but he couldn't just do that. They'd seen an ad that morning in their favorite magazine, a dragon needing taming, and Leo wasn't very keen, which means he didn't really like that idea. "Nonsense, you'll enjoy it. It'll stop you getting bored. In case the dragon's scary, here's a brand new shield and sword. It says Knight Wanted. So that looks like the dragon from the cover. Uh-oh, I wonder if that dragon will be mean or nice. What do you think by looking at this face here? How do you think the story will end up? Leo packed some sandwiches and lots of books, of course. Then with a sigh, he saddled up old Ned, his faithful horse. He hadn't traveled far, though the sun had ridden high, when suddenly a fearsome creature swooped down from the sky. It had a lion's body, but it had an eagle's wings. "A griffin!" marveled Leo, who had read about such things. So just like how there's unicorns and dragons, this is also a fantasy animal. So it's a lion's body, but an eagle's wing, and it's called a griffin. That's what it looks like. Uh-oh. "Come on," snarled the griffin. "I dare you to a fight." "I'd rather not," said Leo. "It wouldn't be quite right." "I've got my brand new sword with me, so I'd be bound to win it. But how about a story with some pictures of you in it?" So he's just trying to trick him, saying that he would win because he has a sword now. But then he said, "Let's not fight. Instead, I'll read you a story with you in it." He's like, "What? With me in it?" "Yes, please," said the griffin. The griffin nodded. He was really rather vain, which means he thinks he's so amazing. So Leo read a book to him once, twice, and then again. "It's yours to keep," said Leo as he clambered back on Ned. "Oh, thank you," cried the griffin, and he bowed his noble head. So it seems like instead of fighting, he's reading. I wonder if he'll keep doing that. Leo rode for hours, though the heat was quite extreme. ... Then stopped to have his picnic by a welcome mountain stream. "Oh, how pretty!" "Who dares trespass on my bridge?" inquired a hungry troll. That means he asked him. "It's only me," said Leo. "Would you like to share my roll?" The troll just laughed. "No thanks," he growled. "I think I'll just eat you." But Leo said, "My armor's pretty difficult to chew." Let's see how he'll get out of this fight. "I've got a brilliant book, though, if you'll hang on just a minute. It's full of juicy goats, and look, it's even got you in it." That sounds good," the troll replied, his hunger put on hold. So Leo read the story, with some changes, truth be told. Oh, do you remember how we read the ugly troll book at the beginning of the year? It had the three Billy Goat brothers, and they tricked him. Well, he changed the story to make the troll win in that story. Ooh, smart, Leo. It's yours to keep, said Leo as he clambered back on Ned. Oh, thank you, cried the grateful troll and bowed his heavy head. Leo kept on riding through that long, hot afternoon. At last he came upon a town as empty as the moon. The leaves were burnt on every tree, the grass and flowers too. He'd seen some messy streets before, but this was something new. Look at that. Faces peered from windows, folks too scared to go outside. He trotted bravely onward. Hey, watch out, the people cried. What he saw around the corner set him shaking in his shoes. The most enormous dragon who'd just woken from a snooze. Enormous is one of the biggest adjectives to describe something. And looking at this big horse next to this enormous dragon, enormous is right. He does not look happy. The dragon raised his eyebrows. Ha! Not another pesky knight. Don't worry, Leo told him. I haven't come to fight. I've got the most amazing book with loads of dragons in it. But it's going in the trash unless you clean up right this minute. Oh, do you see how he went from angry to kind of, he's interested, right? And he's going to throw out the book if the dragon doesn't fix his mess he made. Oh, don't do that, the dragon cried. I'll clean it up right now. But I'm really bad at tidying. Perhaps you'll show me how. So he started shoveling, and they got some trash bags. So Leo taught the dragon how to shovel, scoop, and clear. And one by one, the townsfolk all began to lose their fear. Look, he's even planting a tree he had knocked down. Seems like he is training him. Now, can I have my story? Begged the dragon on his knees. So Leo read the book 6 times. A dragon's hard to please. It's yours to keep, said Leo, as he clambered back on Ned. Oh, thank you, cried the dragon, and he bowed his scaly head. I've noticed a pattern. All these monsters and creatures have been bowing their heads and thanking him, and he lets them keep the book to calm them down. And look, doesn't this look like the cover? When Leo reached his home at last, the cheers were long and loud. Ooh, adjectives. His parents hugged him very tight. Well done, you've made us proud. Now Leo is a hero, his parents have agreed. ... He doesn't have to fight at all. He's left in peace to read. And here he is with other townsfolk and the different monsters and creatures he ran into, all reading their books. The end. And there he was, reading to the griffin. Oh, once again, that pretty picture. So that book is called The Storybook Knight. Check it out if you don't own it. I definitely recommend getting it and reading it to your parents. Well, Smokey, that is another fun Friday down and a wonderful book. Thank you for picking The Storybook Knight. I love seeing how this dragon wasn't mean. He just needed some help. So definitely love this book, and I'm happy that Robert had given it to us. Next week, we don't have a Fun Friday because we're off of school. So, wow, our next Fun Friday is in December. Wow. Whew. Look forward to that on your calendars. Well, I can't wait to see what book we pick next. Until then, my friends, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.